Yo, so get this. Me and Jess, we were like the perfect friggin' couple. You know what I'm saying. Everything was all hunky-dory and shit. We've been married for like 5 years at that point, and it was smooth sailing, if you catch my drift. I'm talking domestic bliss to the max dog. We had the whole package. Nice house in the suburbs. Couple of rugrats running around. Finances all good. Jess was a total smoke show too, if you know what I mean. Tight little body, face that could stop traffic. Can't blame a brother for being head over heels, you feel me? Yeah, those were the days before that snake Ryan came into the picture and fucked everything up. So get this shit. Ryan was my supposed best friend from way back. We went to high school together, played on the same shitty football team, all that lame bromance crap. When me and Jess got hitched, I even made that asshole my best man. Yeah, dumb move in hindsight. But the real kicker? That scumbag started sniffing around my wife not long after the wedding bells. Apparently, they struck up some flirty work thing, then started meeting up for drinks and whatever. Next thing I know, the slimy prick is railing my wife on the regular. Can you believe that shit? My own flesh and blood betraying me in the nastiest way. I should have put a bullet in both their lying skulls right then and there. I'll never forget the day that shit hit the fan. It was just a regular Friday night. I was coming home from work at the construction site. Figured I'd surprise Jess with some flowers and take her out for a nice dinner, you know? Make up for being gone all damn week. But when I pulled up, what do I see? Ryan's shitmobile parked out front. So I get suspicious, case the place real quiet like, and there they are through the bedroom window. Him pounding into her like a damn dog. I nearly puked right there on the front lawn, I shit you not. My first instinct was just blind rage, man. I wanted to burst through that door and beat both their cheating asses into oblivion with my bare hands. But then this cold, calm feeling came over me. Like all the anger just froze into pure, icy hatred. That's when I knew there would be no quick retribution. Nah, I had to plan this right. Make those backstabbing pricks suffer like they'd never suffered before. I'm not gonna lie, seeing that shit went straight to my core, you know. I felt like someone ripped out my guts and took a massive crap on 'em. Anger, devastation, you name it. It was like a fucking hurricane of emotions all swirling together inside me. I must have sat in that driveway for hours, knuckles white from gripping the steering wheel, seeing nothing but red. Just picturing all the times that Snake had been in my house, violating my marriage bed with my so-called wife. Nah, she didn't deserve to be called that no more. But then it started sinking in. I couldn't just fly off the handle, as satisfying as unloading a clip into both their cheating asses might have been. I had to stay frosty, think this revenge through real good, make them suffer slowly, intimately, until they were broken empty shells of human beings. Yeah, that idea started getting me real hot and bothered, if you know what I mean. So I had to be smooth about this whole operation, yeah dig? Couldn't let that lying skink Jessica or that rat bastard Ryan get even a whiff that I was onto their slimy games. Nah, I played it cool as a cucumber on the outside, while my insides were straight boiling. Anytime they came slithering around, I'd slap on my best poker face and act like everything was peachy keen. Gave Jessica a big wet one whenever she walked through the door like nothing was up. She started relaxing into her cozy little lies after a while, the dumb bitch. Probably thought I was just a blind, doting chump. But really, I was just luring her into a false sense of security, setting the trap nice and slowly. Let her think she could just cheat on me consequence-free, get her guard all the way down. She had no idea the kind of vengeful hurricane I was preparing to bring down on her pretty little head. So I had this whole plan cooking to really stick it to Jessica good, you know what I'm saying. Told the lying whore I wanted to treat her for our anniversary, do something special and romantic like. Rented out this secluded little cabin way up in the mountains, miles from any other people. Perfect place to set my trap. She was all giggly and excited, probably daydreaming about getting some side action from Ryan once we got there. But little did she know, I had other plans in store for her cheating ass. Ever seen one of those crazy horror movies where the hillbilly takes the campers hostage? Yeah, it was gonna be some twisted shit like that. Had everything prepped and ready, duct tape, rope, the works. Even stocked up on some tools to have a little intimate fun with my dearly betrayed wifey. Yeah, you could say I was really looking forward to our romantic weekend getaway, if you know what I mean. This was gonna be one anniversary Jess would never forget. Jessica had no idea the storm that was brewing during that supposedly romantic anniversary getaway. We arrived at the secluded cabin, and she was all smiles, completely oblivious to the truth I had uncovered. When I finally confronted her about the affair, spelling out all the explicit details, her face drained of color. The shock and realization that I knew everything was like a physical blow. She sputtered denials at first, but soon understood this was no charade. With a cold calm, I quickly subdued her, binding her wrists and ankles before she could resist or escape. There would be no more lies or deception. I looked at her helpless form and felt a grim satisfaction, knowing I was finally in control again after her utter betrayal. But this was merely the first step in her penance. So there was Jessica, all tied up and at my mercy after I revealed I knew every dirty detail of her cheating ways with Ryan. The look of fear and regret on her face was almost satisfying enough revenge in itself. Almost. That's when I sent a little text to that snake Ryan, telling him to get his scumbag ass over to the cabin pronto if he wanted another go with my wife. Head, you better believe the desperate prick came running like an obedient little puppy. When Ryan finally showed up, I was waiting. Didn't give him a chance to get another word out before I cold-cocked that cheating mother of asterisk her right in the jaw. He never saw it coming and went down like a sack of bricks. Felt pretty damn good to knock that smug grin right off his face, I ain't gonna lie. After I had my fun, it was time to really twist the knife. You know what I'm saying. Couldn't just off those cheating snakes quick and easy. Where's the satisfaction in that? Nah, I wanted them to suffer long after they left that cabin. So I gave them both one final parting gift before cutting them loose. Told Jessica and that worm Ryan that I had videotaped every nasty, messed up thing they've been through. Every single degrading, humiliating act preserved in high def for the whole world to see. The fear and shame on their faces when I waved those tapes around, hey, priceless. Told them if they even thought about crying to the cops, I'd make sure that scorching video got mailed out to everyone they ever knew or loved. Their families, friends, coworkers, you name it. That was their new leash in life from now on. After that nightmarish weekend, Jessica's life was in total freefall. More than just the affair being exposed, she had to grapple with the moral fallout of the deeply unethical revenge enacted against her. The psychological trauma cast a long, dark shadow. On the surface, her world seemed to be crumbling, job lost, finances drained, reputation in tatters as details slowly spread through her social circle. But this was just the tip of the iceberg compared to the inner turmoil she was grappling with. Overwhelming guilt, shame, and self-loathing threatened to swallow her whole. And Ryan was faring no better on his own twisted descent into hell. What had begun as a tawdry affair quickly revealed the horrific consequences of betraying someone's trust so completely. As the truth insidiously leaked out, he watched nearly every aspect of his former life disintegrate. Yet the prospect of the human wreckage to come, should that video be unleashed, haunted his every waking moment. After laying down that cold hard ultimatum on Jessica and Ryan's cheating asses, I just up and ghosted, you feel me? Vanished without a goddamn trace like a fart in the wind. One day I was there, and the next poof, just like that I was gone. No forwarding address, no hint of where I ran off to. Just left the two of them sitting in the mountain of chaos and fell out from that whole messed up situation. Can't lie, it gave me a weird sense of power just bouncing like that. leaving those snakes to wrestle with the wreckage of their sad lives. All the backstabbing and betrayal finally caught up to them. Meanwhile, I was a complete ghost, nowhere to be found or held accountable to. Probably best I split before I caught an even harder case of revenge fever, if you know what I mean. Even after I split, Jessica and Ryan's lives were just total scorched earth, man. More than just reputations and material shit getting torched, they were straight up mentally and emotionally annihilated. Like, they both developed legit PTSD after the 6 psychological games I put them through. Nightmares, anxiety, paranoia, the whole 9 yards. Heard through the grapevine that Jessica couldn't even look at a ride to the supermarket without breaking down. As for Ryan, dude became a shut-in, jumping at every little sound like I was about to kick his door down again. Can't say I felt too guilty though, if I'm being honest. Play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. That's what those backstabbers get for betraying a brother's trust so violently. They'll forever be haunted by the consequences of their shady actions. Maybe next time they'll keep it in their pants before trying to cross a man like me. So yeah, I know what I did was pretty extreme and all. Can't say I didn't get carried away a bit with the whole vengeance kick after getting so violently betrayed like that. An eye for an eye leaves everyone blind and all that philosophical mumbo-jumbo. But you gotta ask yourself, at what point does justice just become another form of vengeance anyway? Where's the line where payback stops being fair and just turns into straight-up cruelty? I'll let y'all be the judges on where I landed with how I handled those cheating snakes. Bottom line is every action has consequences, no matter how righteous you might think you're being at the time. Jessica, Ryan, even me, we all ended up in this effed up aftermath because we chose to go down that dark path. Maybe there's a lesson in there about making sure the cure ain't worse than the disease. Or maybe not. All I know is I did what I had to do when my world got burned to the ground.